Now, the Refuse Fascism group, a related communist organization here in America, is planning a series of demonstrations on November 4th. Other groups of communists are climbing on board, but not all of them. One group, the Revolutionary Communist Party, has jumped on board, and this is significant since they were the primary organization that organized all the anti-police demonstrations all over the country in 2015. The mainstream media is saying nothing is going to happen on November the 4th. It remains to be seen. Frankly, we hope nothing happens. However, cities such as Seattle, New York, and Los Angeles appear to be planning demonstrations. In Seattle, they are rallying at the Seattle Central College campus and then moving off campus out into the streets.
Because the higher-ups don't want the American people to know what's happening. They don't want us to stand with the president who's been predicting the Islamic attacks and how it's linked up with the left. That's why they'll announce their attacks, announce that they're going to cop kill, announce they're going to get violent, announce they're training militarily. All the intel's come in. We've shown you the undercover videos, all of it. And then they go, oh, Jones is making that up. Veritas is making that up. Louder with Crowder is making that up. We're not planning anything November 4th. And then they've got big, giant articles. This nightmare must end. The Trump-Pence regime must go. November 4th, it begins. Be there. Join with thousands who gather in cities and towns across the country. A movement of protests that continue every day and night, growing until we become millions, determined not to stop until the regime is driven from power. $18 billion put in by George Soros to be led by Linda Saussure, the pro-sexual mutilation Muslim.
We want to stress that we do not condone responding to the actions of Antifa with more violence. The best way to combat this communist group is to not give them the spotlight. Get involved with your support your local police and keep them independent committees. Do so by visiting our Action Project page at jbs.org. Our police are the ones that put their lives on the line to keep us safe every day. It's important that we show them our support and keep them independent of federal control. Contact your local JBS coordinator to discuss your options.
And here in a year, 365 days. Gosh, sorry, get the greatest reception out here. 365 days, and we're no longer allowed to walk in public and pray. If you're a Republican, you have to fear getting beaten, destroyed, maimed, killed, because you're a Nazi then. That leads me into Antifa's next step. On their website, they are calling for an open civil war that they will start here in the United States in November. They are fundraising for weapons, training, ammunition, supplies. They're not hiding this. They're openly fundraising so that they could get the stuff together to attack, and this is verbatim what they're going to do. They will start off by attacking police officers, first responders, anybody that's in uniform. And after they have disrupted that enough in the nation, and us first responders are literally going everywhere trying to resolve things, they will then go after the citizens and the people and the government and all of that. So if you're white, you're a Trump supporter, you're a Nazi then to them, and it will be open game on you. I don't know why we're allowing this, but it is time that, honestly, if our leaders and our leadership isn't going to step up and finish this, we have to. Each and every one of us has to. That is our right, and that is what we must do.
Because why do they run a full-page ad in the New York Times on Wednesday, nationwide, saying the nightmare must end, the revolution begins November 4th, we're going to drive Trump and his regime from power. And then you go to the sub-organizations funded by Soros. Many of them are saying we're going to be violent. Even CNN says violence is necessary and okay to do. And separately, then they have articles every day saying, I'm a liar, this doesn't exist. And then they actually had trolls on my website and on literally dozens of other major publications, Salon, Newsweek, Time, saying, I'm insane, the New York Times did not run this and that this is fake news. Now, it's in the New York Times. You go to the bottom. It says refuse fascism. We've also got resist fascism. This is refusefascism.org. You go there. We just put it on screen. And it's got the full page ad there saying, welcome New York Times writers. And we confirm with listeners in New York, in California, this is in the New York Times, okay? But again, why do they then say it's not true? Because they want their people organized and ready to go out and create disturbances and trigger a nationwide civil war, in their own words. They don't want us to be prepared and awake, knowing that this isn't some spontaneous uprising against Trump because, oh, we're so upset about the Mueller revelations. That's what they're now saying. They don't want us to know this is AstroTurf, that this is premeditated, that this is organized. They want to just make you think it's spontaneous, so they play these mind games with everybody because they're control freaks. They're cultists. They want to say, don't use the name mother and father. Don't use the word homosexual. Use the word gay. All of it is about telling you what words to use. And now saying more and more things are evil. Literature, English language, the classics are racist. Mathematics is racist. And even myself 5-6 years ago, I would laugh at this and say, that's just small groups of lunatics inside the echo chambers of universities and leftist government. No, this is their revolution of total control, and not because they're insane. Their minions are mentally ill and insane and in victimhood, but the people programming the whole thing know exactly what they're doing, because the whole thing is a program. Just like the cover of the same newspaper that day, Wednesday, November 1st, says mile-long Manhattan truck attack kills 8. No, a terrorist killed 8 with a truck, an Islamic terrorist. But see, they won't say that.